I'll do what I do.
New York and Philadelphia, upwards of 240 were massacred in Elaine, Arkansas. What do you think about all the racial violence of the past? Is it connected to the present? All American.
After World War I, American soldiers came home really proud of the work they had done to combat fascism in Europe and, save the world for democracy. And Black Americans came home the same way. They were proud of their uniforms, and they had earned honor through their sacrifice and their courage. They came home to a wave of racial terror. The year 1919 was named the Red Summer. White mobs attacked black people in cities across the United States. You won't be surprised to learn that it was started because a white woman accused a black man of assaulting her. But that was just a spark in the kindling of what was already going on in the nation. In Chicago, there was a 13-day riot that left 38 people dead, men, women, children, and over 500 injured. In Washington, D.C., there were these white mobs that included off-duty soldiers and police attacking black residents for several days. And in Elaine, Arkansas, somewhere between 100 and 200 black sharecroppers and their families were slaughtered after organizing for fair wages. In fact, in Chicago, they ground a black teenager named Eugene Williams for drifting over into a whites-only swimming area. When black residents defended themselves from these attacks, which was unusual because they had been so threatened before that they didn't often fight back in the days before the First World War. When they defended themselves, the police arrested them instead of the attackers. The killers were not punished. The court sentenced 12 black men to death instead. During the 20s and 30s, black farmers were pushed off their land. Sometimes they were forced to sign over the deeds to their property, and like a white mob would show up at their property and say, get out of town by sundown, and if you're not out of town, we'll kill you, we'll burn your property. Banks refused to give loans to the black community because all black people were too risky. Entire black communities lost land that their family had worked for since they were freed from chattel slavery, had no protection. The laws were not there to protect them. Then the Great Depression hit. My family was made up of poor white people in Kansas and Oklahoma. They suffered, but they got the New Deal. They got Social Security. They got things that black families were locked out of. Social Security was not available to agricultural and domestic workers. Now, who do you think the majority of agricultural and domestic workers were? They were black people. The Federal Housing Administration wouldn't back mortgages for black families in black neighborhoods. This created the redlining maps that still shape our cities today. In the book 1984, George Orwell said, "Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past." White people, I'm asking you to do one thing. Share the information that I'm posting with one other white person so that the truth can regain control of the narrative. Next time I'll be talking about World War II and the Great Generation. Get curious.
The story of Will Brown and the Omaha race riot of 1919. In 1910, Omaha had the third largest black population among the new western cities that had become destinations following Reconstruction and during the Great Migration that started in the 1910s. By 1920, the black population more than doubled to over 10,000, second only to Los Angeles with nearly 16,000. The major meatpacking plants hired blacks as strikebreakers in 1917. South Omaha's working class whites showed great hostility toward black strikebreakers. By this time, the ethnic Irish, the largest and earliest group of immigrants,
is the breakdown. Both black and white soldiers were returning from having served overseas in World War I. Since 1910, there had been a mass exodus of over 1 million black people from the South. They were escaping the humiliation of Jim Crow segregation and the lack of job opportunities. When white soldiers returned from service, they were dismayed to find that black workers had been hired for many of the factory jobs that they had once held. The economy was in pretty bad shape, and they found themselves competing with black people for adequate housing as well. The newly reestablished Klan was also making a show of itself, conducting a record number of lynchings, the victims of which were overwhelmingly black. All of those factors came together to make a perfect storm of resentment, economic insecurity, white supremacy, and fear. The newly established NAACP was helping to bring a sense of organization and legitimacy to the struggle for black liberation and equality. This generation of African Americans had aspirations of advancement in a society that fought them at every turn. They lovingly dubbed themselves the New Negroes to indicate that they intended to establish new ground rules for how they were to be treated in society. Incidents of white violence began to break out in cities all over the North and Midwest. American textbooks have problematically termed these incidents as race riots, when in reality they were exhibitions of white rage in response to black advancement. If black people were perceived to exercise
Hey, did you learn about the Red Summer of 1919 in your history book? It was called the Red Summer because in 1919, there were tremendous acts of violence by whites upon black people. Some white Southerners had a difficult time adjusting to the fact that black people were free 50 years after slavery ended. And some white Northerners resented the fact that black people were moving into their areas and taking some of their jobs. The exact number of people who were killed that year has never been recorded. However, the most deadly violence is reported to have occurred in a town called Elaine in Arkansas, where over 100 people were killed in a single day.
To a country still teeming with discrimination. And in the
What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D.
People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D. D's Black Man Talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. Lizard King here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shootin', give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.